Hello everyone, I'm in zone 7. Sometimes it says A, sometimes it says B. I'm northeast of Atlanta, and it's time to be getting things started in the garden, and it's always kind of questionable as when to do that. What you read always talks about planting when the soil temperature reaches such and such. Well, you know, what does that mean? Our nights right now can very easily be in the low 40s, and then the daytime will be in the 80s. So what's the soil temperature? We all know how important it is, because so many things won't sprout until all of a sudden they do, and that's because it's warmed up a certain amount. We know things will come up in the compost pile because that dirt is really warm down in there, even though it's incredibly cold. So I thought I'd do a quick video and show you what I do about soil temperature. This is one of my new beds here. I did a video showing what I can actually straddle is 2 feet. So here are there's a foot, and guess what? I can walk up this bed, pull weeds, do whatever I need to do. I am really pleased with my new, I can even almost fall down. I'm really pleased with these new beds. I've made several of them, and I'm converting some other ones. I've got some cauliflower there, so I haven't moved that part, but I've moved the other half, shifted it over. But back to our soil temperature. What I do to check soil temperature is and these things are not expensive, I have one of these digital or whatever infrared thermometers, and I just push the button and it'll tell you here that the soil temperature is 74 degrees. But that's here on top. Now it's in the morning time, and the plants aren't really on the top, they're down here in the bottom. So let's dig down and let's see what that soil temperature is. Wow, look at the difference. It's now 69 degrees, much cooler. However, this is good temperature for almost anything to be sprouting. This bed is half filled with wood chips, then I put in a whole bunch of blood meal to cover up the any nitrogen loss from the chips breaking down, and then put fresh soil on top, compost on top. So it's a warm bed. So this one I can plant anything in. That was better than I thought that was going to be. So now let's come over here to this new one I did that's got a mountain of chips on it. And let's make a hole in here and see where we are down inside here. See how that earthworm there is doing. So this one, see if we can get the light on it, 66 degrees, 65 degrees. So actually the mulch is kind of working against me at this point. It's holding the cold in on the soil. Yesterday I planted some bean seeds here. So let's come just to the side of where those beans were. Let's dig us a hole. See, this soil has been reworked, so it's pretty hard. Let's see what we get. We're getting 68 degrees. Once again, this soil is good to be planting absolutely anything. Oh, this is good news for me, because I have a lot of plants. They're getting too big for their little pots, and I'm getting real tired of shuffling them. Onions and garlic are doing well. Let's come down and look here at a couple of my other new beds. Last of the lettuce is starting to get harvested. There's my potatoes coming up. So here's 2 more beds that I just did in the last few days. I snuck in a couple of tomatoes to see how they'd be doing. So we'll come down here to this one and we'll dig us a hole. See what the temperature is. This one is these 2 beds are about 6 feet lower in the ground, but 67 degrees. Once again, this is ready to have anything planted in it, and you can see there's a lot of chips down in here. So, and lots of earthworms. So I can start planting anything I want. It also helps to explain why these bok choy here have decided it's time to bloom. which means it's time to be really tough. So we'll have to pick what we can off of them, declare victory, and get them ready to have something else in them. So there's a quick recap here on how to determine what your soil temperature is and make it a lot easier for you to know when to plant things outside, because they'll always tell you don't plant till the soil temperature reaches 50 or 60 degrees. And there's how you can tell very quickly. Right here where these tomatoes are, we'll dig down just a little bit, shoot the gun, and they are 68 degrees. All right, those tomatoes should be happy right there. And it's early in the morning. It's very overcast. It's supposed to rain, so this is not after the soil's been baking all day. This is the morning soil here. So it's time to get my late spring, early summer things in the ground. Get yourself one of these thermometers and go around and see what it is 4, 5, 6 inches down, and see if it's the right time for you to be planting. Thank you for watching. If you find these and the other videos helpful, please subscribe. Hit the little thing there that'll let you get notified when I put new ones up. It's getting to be time for me to start putting a lot of them up because it's going to be busy here. So, thank you for watching and have a great garden.